I don't know if I mentioned this, but I like your interior decorating. It really reflects your personality. I mean, I like it.
Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to Detroit Become Human for our subscriber special and our third, put my words out, put my teeth back in, third live stream of Detroit Become Human, where you guys are in control. If you haven't joined us for one of these before, you guys make the decisions. I get to watch in a way. It's one of those weird ones, but yeah, for me it feels like I'm watching more than actually doing, although obviously I have to still press the buttons. But good evening, hope you're well, hope your week's been good. We kind of decided, so the channel update went live last weekend, if I remember correctly, and in it I said about people's ideas. Do we want this weekly, fortnightly, that kind of thing, and a kind of general consensus seemed to be fortnightly, so that's kind of what we're going to do, just and see how things go, really. But it's down to you guys how often you want this. But yeah, so tonight we're back. More Detroit Become Human. Every time she talks, it freaks me out because I forget that she's talking to you, and she sounds like she actually knows you, and it's really weird. There we go. It's just one of those weird things. But yes, so Detroit Become Human tonight. We've got 2 hours, and we're going to see how much we can get done with you guys making the big decisions. That's the important part. I'm just filling in the YouTube site, so bear with me a couple of seconds and then we'll be done. But I am done, that should sort itself out now, hopefully. But yes, I hope everyone's week's been good. Mine's not been too bad. In general, I would say. I'm feeling extremely tired. I've kind of got the feeling that the painkillers we're on are no longer working. I think I've become used to them. Is what I would say, and I think that's causing me an issue. We have got a big specialist appointment this week, so the channel schedule goes live tomorrow afternoon, 1 PM GMT. There is a little pre-video of me before that explaining next week's schedule. So basically, there is no evening live streams next week. I've got appointments and things, and I'm a little bit concerned of how much I can handle. Thank you for the like, it's much appreciated. So because of that, we're not going to have evening live streams. So our morning live stream still. That's the normal thing, other than Tuesday and Friday, because Tuesday is a big appointment and Friday is physio. Other than that, we'll be live streaming next week. I'm just trying to be a bit careful of what we do, and also, like I say, with this issue now. Thank you for the like, it's much appreciated. That I don't feel that the painkillers are really working. I have to be a little bit careful. See how much I'm doing. So I just wanted to check sound was okay. Check sound now. And meanwhile, just quickly tweet. I can't type and talk. I don't know what it is. Okay. So it's whenever I start writing something, I can't type and talk. It's weird. As soon as I get the decent bit in, I'm not too bad. It just seems I can't talk the early bit. She's still freaking me out. I always forget she's there, but because she says things realistically. A minute ago it was, "I like your interior decorating." You can't see it, surely. But you kind of doubt yourself. It's really weird. There we go. Right. I've done that one. Got one thing to do on Discord, just to say we're live, we're ready. And then we're ready to rumble. Good evening, Crazy Irishman. How are you? Good evening to the wife as well. Hope you're both well. Okay. There we go. So yeah, as I say, the scheduled video is out tomorrow, as usual, tomorrow afternoon. The only big change will be evening streams. There is none next week because of the big appointments and things, and I'm just being a little bit careful. We're still waiting for this new medication to be sorted out. And now, because I'm used to the painkillers I'm on, none of them are working anymore. So I'm extremely tired. Let's put it that way. Thanks for the like, it was much appreciated. I've kind of delayed the start a little bit in terms of actually pressing any buttons, mainly because last time we did this, I kind of started it as soon as I was ready, and then I had to make some decisions of my own because no one was in at the time. I don't want to, rush it and have to make the decisions and then pay the consequences for my decisions.
You look tired today.
I do look tired. Thank you for saying that.
Doing okay?
We're okay, thank you. She still freaks me out. Right, let's press continue. So what did we do last time we did this 2 weeks ago? I'm going to be rubbish with names. I guarantee I'm going to be rubbish with names. But we had the guy that was looking after the guy in the wheelchair. He accidentally killed someone. I think he killed someone. We don't actually know if he died or not. But I think he was shot, dumped in a scrapyard. We then, in control of him, clawed his way out, fixed him, and we climbed up the mound of mangled AIs and got ourselves out of there. I like to say, names I'm horrendous with. The lady AI with the little girl, we found her somewhere dry to sleep. I wouldn't say more than dry, it was just dry.
We need to proceed to a test of your controller.
And you guys, she's actually testing my controller. My controller's vibrating.
The test is now complete.
That's really weird.
Thank you for your cooperation.
And the detective did an interview that you guys were amazing with, and we didn't make the AI explode, which at some points I really thought you lot were pushing him a little bit too hard, but it worked. So well done for that. Yeah, I know not to push myself too hard. It's just, it's kind of trying to balance everything. And if I don't keep up to what I'm used to doing, I feel like I'm going backwards. Does that make sense? It's one of those weird ones. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere if I'm able to do less than I was a month ago. And it's kind of that balancing act that's difficult. But we'll get there. Slowly and surely. Okay. Let's see what's next. Why was she screaming at the TV? What did I do? I can't remember. We were doing the side quest, weren't we? What did I do though? What was causing her to scream at the TV? We managed to get quite a bit done. It's been weird. Like we've kind of paused the main quest in Horizon because we're at a point of where I think once we hand Gaia the Gemini piece, it's all going to start moving on quickly.
To see you again, Lieutenant.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I remember this. I know where we were now.
In my office.
Okay, so we've actually gone back a little bit. So we're going to listen in. We've done this before. This was what happened in the last episode. I thought it saved after this, but obviously not. So we can go in here, listen to this conversation. It's kind of replaying a little bit. It's a couple of minutes. There's going to be a guy in a cell.
Something's
going to happen to him, and then it's back to where we were.
We've always had isolated incidents.
You weren't seeing things. I do that a lot. I don't see things. I don't change arrows enough either.
We're getting reports of assaults and even homicide, like that guy last
But
night.
we're at that point in the game. I'm only speaking over this because this was from the last stream as well. We've done this bit already. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking over it.
I want you to investigate these cases and see if there's any link.
It's just that natural point of like no return when you say, okay, we'll just do side stuff till we get caught up.
Qualified cop in the country to handle this case.
It's weird looking at it. We're 55 hours in, and the in-game stats say they're only 46% through, which is incredible.
Everybody's overloaded. I think you're perfectly qualified for
Right,
this
let's
type
focus
of
on this anyway now.
Bullshit.
I was thinking of Forbidden West instead of this.
These fucking androids, and you let me hold in the bag.
Okay.
CyberLife sent over this android to help with the investigation. It's a state-of-the-art prototype. It'll act as your partner.
No fucking way. I don't need a partner, and certainly not this plastic prick.
So we have gained his respect.
Seriously starting to piss me
May not
off.
sound like it, but we have done.
Lieutenant.
On the previous investigation.
You are supposed to do what I say and shut your goddamn mouth.
You know what my goddamn mouth has to say to you?
He does indeed. That's it.
Okay. I'll pretend like
That's what happens.
So I don't have to add any more pages.
So yeah, we saw that and then stopped off. I assumed it would save after that point, but it didn't. It's not an issue.
Is over.
But yeah, this guy doesn't want us as a partner, but he has an underlying issue with AI. But we have gained his respect to a degree.
I've had just about enough of your bitch. either you do your job or you hand in your badge. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do.
I think there's something more underlying to that, isn't there? His backstory, I would have said. So why is there this hatred towards AI? Okay, I can't remember what we said last time. So does anyone want to pick something? You've got Anderson, positive, file, or leave. I don't remember what we put offhand. So if someone wants to pick one, either Anderson, positive, file, or leave. I think we did file, possibly, and we were told to leave. So I don't remember exactly. So if someone wants to pick, and we'll do that. As I say, we have done this, but it obviously didn't save where is that. It's only a second or so after this. Anderson, cool.
I wonder whether Lieutenant Anderson is really the best person for this investigation.
Hey, I don't need a machine to tell me how to handle my men, okay? So get the fuck out of my office.
We got kicked out of the office anyway.
Have a nice day, Captain.
There we go. I remember him saying that, so either way, it probably looks like you get kicked out of the office anyway. Doesn't matter what you say. Okay, so we believe... Progress the case, go see the Deviant. Okay, we know exactly what happens next. If you're in the last stream, you will do anyway. So we will go and do that. The camera's really weird sometimes. Okay, Deviant, where are you? I think you're down here. If I remember correctly. This way. It's not him. Next one. There we go. So this is what we saw last time. This was kind of at the end last time, wasn't it? And yeah, Crazy Irishman was correct. He's about to do something interesting.
They're going to destroy me.
Oh, we have a choice to make, actually. I forgot completely about this. So we can be sincere, cold, compassionate, or indifferent. What do you guys think? I can't remember what we put last time. I think it was compassionate last time. Was we sincere? I don't know. But yeah, we have to pick one of them. And I can't for life me think what it was. Otherwise I would just do the same as last time. I want to say it was sincere or compassionate, but I don't know. Mainly because you guys weren't picking the bad choices like cold or indifferent. Why if it's sincere? Let's do that then.
It's probable.
I'm trying to remember what we did.
Biocomponents. They need to understand what happened. I know there's something you didn't tell me. I need to know before they take you away.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we did Statuette last time, because that was something we unlocked. Yeah, sounds about right, doesn't it? We unlocked Statuette during the investigation, so I think we picked that because it's something we wouldn't have a choice of if we hadn't found it. So let's pick that again.
The sculpture you made. Tell me more about it. I'm going to die.
I think we do get to ask something else in a minute, don't we? Oh, okay, hang on. Deviant non-responsive. Hang on. He didn't do it. Oh, we walk away first, don't we, I think? Yeah, there we go. I was going to say he wasn't doing it, but he is. This is where he hurts himself, exactly.
Open the cell, quick! Hurry!
There we go. So we're now back to exactly where we were.
I'll call CyberLife. Clean this mess up.
I think I have to keep holding it. Now, I wonder, we didn't do this last time, mainly because we were running out of time. I'm just curious if I can scan anything. So let's see if I can. I can't do anything though, so we can just look at it. I wondered if we'd be able to scan anything, but unfortunately not. Okay. Camera can be a funny thing to try and organise. So we're going to go and check on Hank, our new partner, and we can explore the office as well. I don't know if there's anything we actually need to explore. There's a magazine here. So these, from what I know and what we've figured out so far, I'm not going to read them out loud. We're not actually going to read them properly. But I think they do add up to choices in conversations if at least you've looked at them. I believe that's how it works. I'd be forever reading and talking about it rather than actually getting anywhere. I think we've read them all. Sometimes some of them are quite interesting. So at least if you pick them up, they can become sort of conversation pieces. Right. I don't know if there's anything else in here. They're androids, aren't they? They're androids as well. So we're not the only android working in the police then. That one had a Android Cop model PC200 commissioned January 2035. Okay, fair enough. I didn't know we could actually look at these guys. Interesting. This one? No, just the one we can look at them. Okay, let's go and speak to Hank. He's not going to be happy with us, but let's go and speak to him anyway. Right, we've got a choice. We've got one conversation piece not unlocked. Don't know why. But we've got a choice of understanding, pragmatic, or constructive towards Hank. Now we know we've gained his respect in the investigation previously and in the interview. But still he is not very happy having an AI partner. So what do we think? Understanding, pragmatic, or constructive? That's quite cool. So if he stands still, he pays a coin. It's quite interesting. Both you and the wife say... I want to know what the other choice is that we haven't got. If it's something we haven't unlocked by not looking around, maybe? Or we haven't got to that conversation piece, possibly? You didn't finish your sentence, Crazy Irishman. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else we would gain us that other conversation point. Constructive. Okay, cool. Let's go for that.
It's an honor to be working with you, Lieutenant. I'm sure we'll make a great team.
Choice of positive, partners or positive? So far, he hasn't blinked. The constructive didn't make him want to talk. But do we want to say we're partners? Or do we want to be positive about the situation? I wonder if partners would push him a little bit too much. You know, he doesn't want an AO partner, does he? So us, reminding him of it. Don't know. Positive? Okay.
In any case, I'd like you to know I'm very happy to be working with you. I'm sure we'll make a great team.
That didn't work either. Hank does not want to talk to us. So we've now got partners or desk. Now we did look around the desk previously, before Hank came in. We're still missing a conversation as well, I don't know why. Yeah, we can either remind him that we're partners. Partners may drive him mad, that's what I'm thinking. But do we talk about desk? I'm assuming that's asking him for desk space. Desk.
Is there a desk anywhere I could use?
No one's using that one.
There we go. He's given us a desk. That's progress. Okay, we have a desk. We can now analyse the deviancy files. I'm kind of happy he actually acknowledged us enough to give us a desk. Everything else we said to him he wasn't too pleased about. Okay, so we've unlocked 4 conversations, and these are all from looking round his desk. Did I get coffee from the break room? No, I didn't. It's too late now, isn't it? No, I did. Yeah, I didn't get coffee. Is that the conversation piece we're missing by any chance? Good evening, by the way, RK Mugen. Apologies if that's not how you say it. But yeah, no, we obviously missed the coffee part. What should we ask him about? Dog, basketball, music, or anti-androids? He's already in a bad mood, remember. It's minor, but it's okay. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I knew we could see we were missing a conversation piece, but we couldn't see what it was, and I didn't know about the coffee. We're going to ask him why he's anti-androids. We're going to try and push his buttons in Crazy Irishman, yeah? Let's have a look.
A lot of people don't appreciate having androids around. I was wondering, is there any reason in particular you despise me?
Take a look at these samples yet?
Yeah.
Lab report says they cut
There is one.
Oh, that was a bad choice. We've lost some respect from Hank. We lost a little bit there. We gained his respect in the investigation and the interview. We've lost some by talking about anti-androids. Push his buttons early, then try to smooth things out. Okay. Well, it's you guys picking the strategy. I'm just pressing the buttons. Wife says dog. Let's ask him about his dog then. We have gained a new one, which is Fowler. But that's not an unlockable one by the looks of it.
You have a dog, right?
How do you know that?
Well, that's not a bad strategy, though, to be fair.
I like dogs. What's your dog's name?
What's it to you? Sumo.
Oh, there we go. We got it back.
Sumo.
Thank you for the like, Willard. Much appreciated. Sumo is his dog's name. Interesting. Well, we managed to get some respect back from him. So that's something. Made up for the pushing his buttons early. What do we want? Basketball music, Fowler, or ours? Basketball music are unlocked because we looked around his desk. What do you guys think? Also think Sumo's, I don't know. Sumo seems a weird name for a dog. But is it weird? I don't know. But yeah, basketball, music, Fowler, or ours. Since he came in late, I'd think twice about choosing ours. It's a good shout. That's a very good shout, to be fair. Basketball, everyone likes to talk about the hobbies. Okay, we'll go for basketball. Yeah, I do. I like your thinking there, the hours. Yeah, you're coming in late. I'm just going to remind you the hours you should be working. You hate us anyway, but... Okay, let's go for basketball.
You're a Detroit Gears fan, right? Denton Carter scored 53% of his shots from the three-point line yesterday. Did you see the game?
That's what I was watching at the bar last night.
Yeah, we kind of we lost some respect with Hank again. We were at the bar with him last night and interrupted him whilst he was watching the game. So we lost a little bit of respect there. We've now got music, Fowler, hours, or we can start working. No worries, Kathy, good evening, how are you? Hope you're well. We're not that far into it because it didn't save where we'd finished. We've actually had to redo the first bit where the android hits himself against the wall in the holding cell. So we're not much on from that anyway, to be fair. But yeah, music's the only one that we've got from looking around his desk. Fowler, hours, and start working. The choice start working is looking at the deviancy file, so that will actually move on the actual thing, I believe. The hours point has been made that he was late coming in. Talking about hours probably isn't a good thing. Let's ask about the music then. Good choice.
Do you listen to Knights of the Black Death? I really like that music. It's full of energy.
You listen to heavy metal?
Well, I don't really listen to music as such.
Fowler then mute. Okay, what do we do Fowler next then? But skip hours. Well, we've gained some back. So we'll pick Fowler next then. We're not going to touch hours. I like the thinking behind not saying hours. Let's go for Fowler.
Have you known Captain Fowler for long?
Take a look at these samples yet?
Yeah.
Lab report says
Too long.
Hopefully we won't drop anything here. Okay, we don't do that. So we're actually equal to what we started, I think. We kind of gained 2 and lost 2, so I kind of think we're about equal. We're going to skip hours, and I think that is, you're right, you guys, in saying that's probably a bad choice. Let's start working.
If you have any files on Deviants, I'd like to take a look at them.
Terminal's on your desk. Knock yourself out.
There we go. See what we've got to have a look at. We're not asking about hours. Right, okay. We've got some case files to look at. Case reference, missing disappearance. Gordon Lopez. Case assigned to Lieutenant Anderson. Involving Android, yes, of course. The plaintiff reports that he's left his Android at home as usual when he went to work. When he returned, the Android was nowhere to be found. No trace of a break-in in the apartment. The Android may have left the home without being ordered to. So, that's an interesting one. Let's have a look. So we've got an attack by an Android. Charles Bell was the victim. The plaintiff claims to have been attacked by a AV500 model Android working as a waiter in a fast Coney Dogs restaurant chain situated at 842 Chamberlain Avenue. The plaintiff claims the Android lunged at him unexpectedly and attempted to strangle the man before leaving the scene. The Android remains at large. Okay. So 1 disappearance, 1 attack. What have we got here? Another attack. Sarah Cornwall was the victim. The plaintiff claims to have been attacked by her Android, an AP700 model, so a different model than the previous attack. The Android also trashed several rooms in the house before taking flight. So 3 Androids have left premises, 2 have attacked, but both being different models. I think that's interesting. Disappearance, another disappearance, so 2 and 2. The plaintiff, the manager of the Eden Club, reported the unexplained disappearance of a sex android, model WR400. The android disappeared after accompanying a customer to his home and never returned to the club. Do not think the customer have kept the android, maybe? I don't know. We can scan all the files, though. I'm assuming... Oh, that's destroyed. So is this the one we were just talking to by any chance? No, he wasn't. Yes. So this is one of the ones we know about because we've been this person. So Leo Manfred was found unconscious in the home of his father, Cole Manfred. The latter's witness statement attests to an altercation between his son and the house android. The android is thought to be a prototype, unknown model and serial number, and was destroyed at the scene by attending officers. Now we know he's not destroyed because we've helped him put himself back together. This one we also know, and the guy who's reported this is lying through his teeth. The plaintiff claims he was violently attacked by his domestic android, an AX400 model. The android had just returned from being repaired the previous day and has shown signs of aggression in the past. Yeah, we know that that guy's full of it. Okay, that's the last one going down, so we'll scan the files.
243 files. First dates back 9 months.
So 9 months ago this all started.
In Detroit and quickly spread across the country. An AX400 is reported to have assaulted a man last night. That could be a good starting point for our investigation.
Okay, I have to pause it because we've got a timer. How are we going to do this? The game hid those last 2. I like how developers reward thorough players. Yeah, because as soon as the scanned files comes up, most people would have just pressed it, wouldn't they? I'm one of those people that keeps flicking because I want to see everything. But yeah, quite cool how, you know, if you want to look further, you will find these extra bits that all kind of link in. I do like that as well. So we've got 4 choices: direct, aggressive, professional, or understanding. How are we going to treat Hank at this point? He's kind of been a bit up and down with us. What kind of stance do we want to take? That's the big question. I don't know what he would kind of respect. Crazy has been saying professional. Let's try that then. Yeah, I don't really know what he would want you to do in that respect.
I know you didn't ask for this investigation, Lieutenant, but I'm sure you're a professional.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
I like the choice. Professional from Kathy as well. Okay. I just love his answer. His answer was brilliant. Okay, you've now got 3 choices after saying the professional comment. We've got determined, resign the mission, which is ridiculous, surely, and threaten. Why resign the mission? That would be a bit silly. So do we think threatening him will work, or do we think being determined with him? You know, being a bit forceful maybe. Don't get... Determined is definitely the least escalating, absolutely. Sometimes I think it's better to de-escalate a situation. I don't understand the resign the mission part. That's a weird one. I would definitely don't think you threaten him. Determined seems to be the consensus. I think that's probably the best option. As you say, it's de-escalating, isn't it? So let's do determined. Resign the mission is a bit ambiguous. Yeah, isn't it?
Lieutenant. I didn't come here to wait until you feel like working.
Listen, asshole. If it was up to me, I'd throw the lot of you in a dumpster and set a match to it. So stop pissing me off. Or things are gonna get nasty.
I don't think that was de-escalating the situation.
Sorry to disturb you. I have some information on the AX-400 that attacked the guy last night. It's been seen in the Ravendale district.
I'm on it.
Okay. We've got a lead at least. But yeah, I think it worked, but I wouldn't say it de-escalated the situation. It's an interesting one, that. Hank's got these things. Right, let's have a little check back. I didn't know that was that short, otherwise we would have done this yesterday, to be fair. Okay, last stream, sorry, not yesterday. So, we was in the Zen Garden. We talked to Amanda. There's 2 other things we probably could have done whilst finding Amanda then, by the looks of it. Public opinion skeptical, software instability, we don't know. Hank is warm towards us. Or we warm towards him, maybe? Amanda is trusted. We got to the police station. We find Lieutenant Anderson. We waited for Hank. And we read a load of his notes on his desk. We missed 2 things. By the looks of things. And then we had the meeting. Hank storms out. We spoke to him. Oh yeah, self-destructs Android is up top there. Examine the files, talk about the case. Hank is mad. Hank got a lead. I wonder what the other one would have been if we'd majorly escalated the situation. Because we got the lead, but what would have... That's the only thing with this, it makes you question what would the other choice have been and what would it have done. It's one of those weird ones. Hank is always mad. You've got that, yeah. He never seems to be happy. We've kind of been quite good with him. We kind of lose a few points of him and then gain them back. So we're quite on par, I think, with him. Right, let's continue on and see who we're going to be next. Are we going to continue or be someone else? So we know these 2. This is the lady Cara? Alice. No, Alice is the young girl, isn't she? So they've stayed the night in the car. It's at least dry. We need to change her appearance. We need to cut her hair and find new clothes. That's what we need to do. We basically need to fit in, I think. We're going to leave her in the car by the looks of things. We're going to go and find some new clothes and change her hair. Definitely not the best place to be, is it? Okay. Check the neighbourhood and something else. So, I don't think we've got here. Death to androids. Well, that's not a good start. To be fair, is it? There's an android down there. There you go. Yeah, it's definitely not a good thing for us. Let's I don't think that gives us any information really, does it? We're checking the neighbourhood though. Nothing at the back of the car. She's asleep still. Oh, there's something here. This will just give us more information, which normally means more talking points. Cyber wildlife. The first android zoo opens. And it's also talking about Canada is still Android free. That's interesting, there's still somewhere that's Android free. There we go. Right, I'm assuming nothing there. Something here to look at. It's a pair of scissors. We need to cut our hair, don't we? Okay, L1 to cut. The thing is, unless she covers that... Oh, okay. What hair colour do you want? Do you want blonde, white or black? The only thing I would say, she's trying to change her appearance to fit in more, isn't she, and blend in. With the flashing thing on the side of her head. It's going to be a little bit difficult. So what colour hair should we go with? We've got blonde, white or black. First one gets it. I don't know if it matters, to be honest. I'm assuming though that model of try them all. That's not a bad shout. I suppose we can. So blonde. Okay. Wife says blonde. Well, that's blonde. That's white. That's weird. We'll do black. I think you're probably right with blonde, to be fair. Blonde probably looks the most natural, I would have said. Yeah, we'll go with you guys. I'm a blonde. Oh, we can remove it. Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that. That's interesting. So now she will fit in. So now we need to change clothes, though. That's the big thing we need to do. We can find some clothes. Okay. I don't really want to... we need to find some clothes. We can find some clothes. I can look through the gate. Yeah, we need to fit in as a normal person, I would have said. Police patrolling the area, so we've got to be a little bit wary. We obviously need to get out of this uniform. So we did find a crowbar. Can we not pick that up? I'm assuming not. I can look at it, but I can't do anything with it. In a pinch, I'd have to just turn the shirt inside out. That's not a bad shout, to be fair. If you could do that, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Okay, we can't get through there. I'm assuming there's going to be clothes here somewhere, in something, or through somewhere. Oh, let's open the trunk of the car. Need tool. Okay, we know where that is. The tool is just over here. But yeah, actually turning the clothes inside out would probably work. Depending what they look like on the inside. It's all the lights on them, the LED kind of areas, the glowy parts. As long as they're not on the inside, it'll be fine. Okay, let's open this. Let's hope it's got some clothes in it. Okay, we've got a jacket. I think that's the jacket. It's a bit slim pickings, but it's better than nothing. There we go, we've changed her appearance. Okay. Now what? We did already look out here. So, do we go back to the car? We're going to wake her up, maybe. Good evening, Lisa. How are you? I'm gonna wake her up.
Alice.
I'm not too bad, thank you. Not too bad at all. She definitely hasn't slept well, has she? Looking at that.
No.
Yeah, I'm okay. My bigger issue is I think my body's too used to the painkillers now, so nothing is helping. But we've got some major appointments this week, so hopefully things will sort themselves out.
We saw yesterday. He gave me an address. He said we could get help there.
That was the bin man, wasn't it?
Just on the other side of the road. The station can't be far.
Bin man or guy from the bus?
You feel okay to walk a little? Let's go then.
So that's the little girl that we took away from the situation, Alice. So we're going to try and get to this, the area this guy said to go to, or this android told us to go to.
You're pretty like that.
Okay. She likes us like this. Bin man, was it? But yeah, no, thank you for asking, Lisa. I'm okay. You know, it's just one of those things. I'm just going to deal with it. And I think when them kind of things happen, you I end up feeling sorry for myself, which is never the good thing. I don't think this is the exit. Lots of police around.
Alright. That's all for now. Free to go.
And look who it is.
We've got officers sweeping the neighborhood in case anybody saw anything.
Okay, well let me know if they turn anything up.
I don't think they're looking for her, though. They're looking for an android that attacked someone. I don't think that's her. Or is it? It said attacked a man last night, maybe.
It took the first bus that came along and stayed at the end of the line.
They are looking for us.
Its decision wasn't planned. It was driven by fear.
Androids don't feel fear.
Deviants do.
I was going to say, I think they do.
By their emotions and make irrational decisions.
Alright, well that still doesn't tell us where it went.
It didn't have a plan, and it had nowhere to go. Maybe it didn't go far.
Maybe.
Surely we're not going to catch ourselves. Although we don't look like an android now, do we? Maybe looking for a friend of Mr. Opening Scene on the roof guy. Yeah, good point. Maybe they are. I think they are looking for us. We can sneak past the cops, which has an increasing danger level. So is that what it... Okay, so we can sneak past the police that has an increasing danger level, or we can head past the motel. Which way do you guys think we should go? I think motel or is straight ahead and police is to the right by the looks of things. I don't know if there's any other options. It's kind of... Is it worth trying to sneak past the police? Although we do look a lot more human now. Alice even said so. It's an interesting change. Something so simple as well. Take the trip out. Past the motel, Crazy Irishman's saying. Right, let's give that a go. If we get caught, I apologise now. Hold R2 to see your threats and destination. What?
Hey, stop! Police! We saw them headed for the train station.
That was quick. Oh, okay. Run. I don't quite... I just walked and got seen immediately. That happened... Yeah, I think I waited too long, didn't I? Before I paused it as well. Right, we're heading here.
They're over there!
This is going to end badly, isn't it? We're still chasing after him. Or will he let him get away? That look.
Don't shoot, we need it alive.
It's an interesting look. And that's not good though. Taking the child onto the high-speed motorway. Either way, you might have been seen. Yeah, I think we took too long. I think that's the issue.
That's insane.
Whoa! Oh, I knew you didn't press it. Okay. Oh.
Hey, where you going?
I've never been nervous playing a game before, but I'm extremely nervous when I press the button quick enough.
Now you will get yourself killed.
Stop. Okay. I can take a breath for a minute. That was incredibly reactive. Do we chase after them? Do we go or do we give up? Hank doesn't want us to get ourselves killed. He's showing a bit of caring nature towards us, ish. Lisa's saying give up. Give up the chase, listen to Hank. Which also bends itself to letting them get away, though, doesn't it? Okay, let's go for give up. You're all in consensus by the looks of it. Consensus? That is the word. Yeah, giving up is kind of also letting them go.
Do not go after him, Connor. That's an order.
Please, Amanda, or maintain relation with Hank. I've followed the consensus of the group. We've let them go. Oh, I've still got press buttons. Apologies if I get any of this wrong. I've got you. That is very uncomfortable to do. So, if we're chased afterward, we could have developed a relationship or pleased Amanda.
Okay.
Or maintain a relationship with Hank. That's an interesting one. The girl just wants to rest, doesn't she? She's had enough. That was horrible. Those cars go fast. Yeah, I don't think there's a 60 mile an hour limit anymore, which is the UK national speed limit. I don't know what it is in other countries, but that's fast enough. Right, run car run trophy achieved. There's a whole load of choices that we could have made, so we didn't do everything by any stretch. Especially uncomfortable when it's a little kid. I know, and as a parent myself, it is. You don't want to mix these things in your head, but they do go, and it is. Yeah, it's sometimes really daunting, that kind of stuff. It's 65 miles per hour here in California. Oh, really? Okay. Well, they're definitely going faster than that as well, then. That's the thing. I think it's 70 mile an hour here on motorways, but general national speed limit is 60. Yeah, definitely quicker. Okay. So we spent the morning in the parking lot. I'm assuming we could have started elsewhere. There's two other places we could have started in. So when we did this originally, to find somewhere to stay, the only thing we kind of figured was this parking lot. So we could have stayed in two other places. I think Alice wouldn't let still to close, which would have helped us get to one of them. And we didn't want to rob the guy in the shop. So that would have probably helped us get to another. So they could have been the other starting point. So we've lost that whole arc there. Although one of them still does get us to where we got to. And the other one, yeah, we kind of goes nearly to the same way by the looks of things. It's just different starting point. So we explored the park, we picked the hair, we found some clothes. Please start looking around. We're in the street. We were definitely too slow in the street. So looks like there's an option not to get spotted. And if we'd not got spotted, it would have been a different ending by the looks of things. So that's an interesting one. I think I was too slow with that, to be honest. You could have stayed in a motel or safe place. That was the other two, wasn't it? Yeah, good point. So yeah, I think we would have got a different ending if we hadn't been spotted. But we made it out. We ran away. Connor pursues. And then we had a choice. We did reach the fence in time. There was an option if we hadn't run toward the last known position. There's an option going up. We don't know what that was. The bottom option was we reached the fence in time. So if we'd been slower, we would have had a different option there. I don't know what that would have been, to be honest. The car was the safest place. I think you meant the old rundown house. Oh, possibly the old rundown house. The rundown house was a safe place, wasn't it? Was it the safe place? I can't remember now. To make those split-second choices involving... I know. This is why we pause it when the decisions need to be made. When we were in the street and the police thing, I didn't know that was happening like that. So once we had a choice of which direction to take, I pressed pause, but I didn't know we should have done it quicker, basically. No spoiler about the house. Okay, interesting. So we got to the highway. We did reach the middle section. I don't know how, but we did. If we hadn't, that's a completely different angle. Would have gone down, and a different ending if we hadn't reached the middle section. Hank orders Connor to go. Connor obeys Hank's order. So if we disobeyed, we would have had more choices to make with different outcomes. But we chose to stay. Cara and Alice got to the other side. There is also one if they didn't. It goes all the way down here. And they reached the other side. A very interesting choices. Connor chasing an android. He believes he's a deviant. I don't see her as a deviant. I kind of think she isn't, though. Percentage-wise, we were only 27% complete. Alice is warm towards us as well, which is a bonus. Public opinion is still skeptical. Say my words right. But yeah, interesting. That's definitely one I'd like to go back and explore other options when we've finally done. Because I think some of the other options could be really interesting. As you say, like the house. We don't know anything about the house. So there seems to be a lot of options in the other two. It would definitely be a different way of doing it. But yeah, maybe it's something to look at once we're done. Maybe. Deviant definitely means they broke the programming. I don't see her as breaking her programming, though. She made a choice that she isn't programmed to make, which is breaking her programming, I know. And she broke through that wall because she refused to stay downstairs. So I get she broke her programming, but for the right reasons. The whole game makes you think differently about some of these things, though. But that highway part with the little girl, Alice, I wasn't keen on that in the slightest. Right, who's next?
Several sources report that CyberLife has provided Detroit police with a prototype detective android. Although police assistant androids have existed for several years now, this would be the first case of an android being authorized to play an active role in criminal investigations. We contacted CyberLife for comment, but no.
You have a feeling that all androids have the capacity to become deviant? It does seem like it, doesn't it? It seems to be a wall they can push through. In times of stress, maybe? Or when there's a moral choice to make? I don't know, there's always a reason for them to push through their programming so far. So it's an interesting one. Okay, so this is the guy who used to look after the guy in the wheelchair. Obviously something happened with his son. And we had to fix him after he was destroyed by the police. And we are looking for Jericho. That is the symbol we're looking for. Look for graffiti. Okay. So we've basically got to find graffiti that matches that symbol. By the looks of it. It's definitely not that one. We haven't got any change, have we? I kind of want to speak to him, but we've definitely got no change. Right, examine. Why does that... Use the devices to find the symbol in the graffiti. It's that, surely. We've got a clue update. Okay, so that seems to have been a clue. It all depends on what they experience. Absolutely. The common thread has been abuse. Yeah, if a human starts striking them or abusing them in that way, it's always been physical abuse, though. Is it always physical? I think it is always physical, isn't it? The right nudge, and it's a slippery slope to questioning and changing. Good point. But isn't that the same for humans as well, though? If you push someone enough, they're gonna react, aren't they? Didn't one guy feel a spark of saving some art? This is this guy before he was destroyed. But the reason he turned deviant, he felt a spark during the art session. But then the man's son was there. I don't think you were with us for that one, Lisa. And he was pushing him. And the man was saying, don't react, and we chose to react. and we pushed the man back. And then the police come in and shot him and destroyed him, and then we had to rebuild him. Okay, so we've found one clue. We're looking for this next clue. By the looks of things. We can read something here. Like I say, these normally give you conversation points, so it's good to just quickly check them while we're here. He questioned his existence. Yes, good point. Yeah, that's the only thing I think that's the only thing you missed, Lisa, to be fair. I'm just going to quickly flick through this. Android on the run. It's made the news. Mainly because these give us conversation pieces when we do other things. Android and astronauts to explore I.O. I suppose that's one way of doing it. Androids are immune to most of the issues that affect humans. So they're guinea pigs. Okay. Is there any more graffiti down here before we move on? I don't think there is there? Don't like missing something. I want to be sure. We found the first symbol. We're now looking for that symbol, which we saw similar to that. I think it's upstairs, I would have said, by the looks of things. But yeah, the only bit of the story you missed, I think, was that bit where the Android only. Oh, we've got to blend in with humans. So we need to use the human. Why are you not walking where I want you to? Okay, it's that one. I think the other one must be up then. Interestingly, paused the Android only. So this is him experiencing life as a human, although he's not. But in seeing the way they're treated, look at that. Guy bumps into me, apologised. If that was an Android, I guarantee there would have been no apology. That's the weird thing, isn't it? Android temporary. Do we want to talk to the Android? Before I do anything, I'll let you guys decide. We can talk to her, I think. I've lost the ability to. Yeah, we can talk to the Android or we can choose not to. We are trying to blend in with humans though. Android temporary parking. It's weird, isn't it? Just seeing that as a, separation. For completion points, you'd say yes. Talking would not be very blending in. That's the thing, isn't it? Is talking to an Android blending in, or is it not? I see the, yeah, if we don't think about the completion points, because we can always go back once we finish the whole thing and redo some of the things we didn't do and make different choices and see the differences. So don't think about the points. I'm not worried about points. Let's look at a natural way of looking at it, maybe. You're trying to blend in, so no. Humans wouldn't talk to them, no. I say no, don't talk. Okay. I think the consensus is no, don't talk. I think that makes sense, doesn't it? If we're trying to blend in. I have found the graffiti, by the way. It's here. It's 2 symbols to find. One is there. I saw that from when we got down. Right, where is the next symbol? Down here. Clue updated. So we're looking for 2 stars and square on a wall. A wall of a building. 2 squares, 2 stars. But yeah, I get the point. We were trying to blend in. Ignore the point system and the completion and all that. Normally, that is 100% how I play. Complete everything, see everything, do everything. But I think with this, I don't think that's always a good thing. Right. There's a lot of people begging, isn't there? Okay. Nothing there. We're looking for a building with different colours, maybe? Pink wall, red wall, yellow wall. Androids are servants. Humans wouldn't talk to unless they own them. Good, yeah, good point. If we had the money, we would. Right, multicolour building. Don't walk. Okay, hang on. I suppose we've got to blend in, which means following the rules as well. as the police officer drives by. We're about to run across the road when we weren't meant to. Do we need to press something to make it change? There's another lady over there. I think I need to stand on the pad, don't I? There we go. Trying to blend in. This is what we're after. We can examine. So 2 symbols to find. I think they're the squares, aren't they? So that's 1. Second symbol's here. Okay, we're looking for robots with a square above their head. If that's correct. I'm assuming this is leading us to... It's kind of like a map. There are a lot of humans begging, isn't there? And this is it. It's here. 3 symbols to find this time. I only saw 1 on the actual picture. I don't know what... Oh, there's 1 there. So it's the same symbol every time. Although I can't see the last one. Poverty. Yeah, it just seems very apparent. It's very in your face, if that makes sense. It's weirdly in your face, though. Like, people walking past if it's the norm. Which I know you see it in day-to-day life now, but obtuse symbol. Is maybe the board stopping us? Oh, we can crouch down. I know it's not blending in, but I think we need to go under there to actually get a closer look at this symbol we couldn't pick up on. You think it's the opposite wall? It was the board. That was what was the issue. There we go. There's a symbol. No surprise about the beggars. It's like that now in many places today in real life, and we don't even have wide deployment of androids yet. No, very true. Yeah, you get a lot of ex-military as are homeless, mainly because of the lack of support when they leave. But even on top of that, there are other underlying issues as well. But yeah, you're right, there is. It's no different now to really what it is, I suppose. Yeah. You do see it. Like, big towns, cities near me, you'll see them quite a lot. And it's weird, you know, knowing that you've got people that can go and... Me, for example, you can go and spend money on a PS5. You've got these people that can't afford to even have a roof over their heads. It's weird kind of logic, if that makes sense. Thank you for the like, that was much appreciated as well. Right, we're looking for a face on a window over there, by the looks of things. At this point, I wouldn't say we're blending in very well, mainly because we're just walking around random places. We've got 3 symbols to look for. I only saw 1 on the graffiti, but we know what the symbols are, so hopefully we can see them. Okay, I can only see 1. That's as high as it goes. It kind of goes at an angle there. I think we need to find a way to reach the roof. Yeah, we're kind of wrong angle, aren't we? Okay. What's this side of the roof? Boxes. We climb up? Okay. I was thinking climbing up, but I can't seem to do any. Doesn't seem to do anything. We're gonna find a way onto the roof, basically, to try and get a better look at the graffiti. In the middle of the You think there's one in the middle? Let's have a look. Oh, you mean this bit, don't you? Nothing that's kind of pointing out. It goes a different colour. It changes from blue to like a brown orangey kind of colour. Nothing's really showing up. I think if it's saying climb the roof, the other two must be further on the roof, mustn't they? So how we climb the... we can move the bin. Bin's always good for climbing on. Considering he's got an old leg put back on him, he did really well there. So, not the black bit, just up to the left white square. Were you seeing this one from down there? Mainly because I couldn't see it from down there, to be fair. There's a third one as well. I don't know if I'm being really silly and just not seeing it. We got that one. The colour's inverted. Okay. Let me try and focus. But the shape is the same. Oh, okay. So, just above to the right. I know it's really... I bet you guys are like, it's there, and I can't see it. Ah, there. Something's there. Ah, okay. That was a bit different in between the two black ones. I didn't spot that in the slightest, so well done for spotting that. I did not notice that in the slightest. Is he going to jump? Pre-construct. So he can... I'm assuming he's going to be able to tell what's going to happen if he did it. I'm assuming. Use the right stick to select a route. Okay. So if we bounce off the wall here, and then swing on there, we can get across. So we can execute our plan. Kind of want to see the others now. This is the wife. Absolutely, well done her. I did not see the one in between the two black ones, to be honest. Right. Well, first route worked. Let's do that route. I'm assuming if you worked it out, it's guaranteed to happen. Okay, we're looking for next graffiti. Red sparkle. So red building, sparkle. Anything like that. I can drop down. Can we see sparkle anywhere? Ah, it's there. I can see it. Nice ability to have, but to be able to work out what would happen if you did a certain thing. Absolutely. That'd be a brilliant way of, making sure you never had an accident or anything, wouldn't it? Pre-construct everything before you make a decision. But if I did this is how it would turn out. I'm just making sure there's nothing else around. But that's the one we've got to look at. Alright, 3 symbols again. Well, we've got the bottom one. I saw that one this time. There was another one here. Now, we're looking for a third one. Trying to be a little bit more thorough to see if I can see it. Okay. I haven't seen it, to be fair. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm being really silly again. Is it because the door needs to be closed? Or is that just me overthinking it? Yeah, because it could be on the other side of that door, couldn't it? That's my kind of thinking. Unless anyone else can see anything. I'll do a quick slow route down, round. Ah, I found it without meaning to. I did not see that in the slides. Check the picture on the hand again. Oh, sorry, yeah, we just did it as we found it. It was just pure accident. Okay, we can pre-construct again. But yeah, next time I'll let go of R2 so you guys get a better look. I didn't think I was going to find it, to be fair. I didn't know that was going to happen like that. But yeah, we need to take the picture again and be a bit more with that. Right, let's pre-construct. So, doesn't mean the route's going to work, does it? So even if we pre-construct, so like that one, it's going to jump to there. Oh, would not be solid enough. Rewind of L2 and try another route. That's interesting. I like that. So that's not solid enough. We can't go that way. So we'll choose this route then. It's definitely a really good ability to have. We've got two choices. So let's have a look. The left wall. Right, straight up. Would be too high. That's quite cool though, how you can predict. Let's try this one then. How we can compute. So that's their way up. That's quite cool how they work that out in their head. And let's execute. I'd really want that ability now. I think that's so cool. So he's checking no one's following him. It's an interesting thing to think about. He's making sure no one is following him. So he's wary about fitting in, blending in, or just in case someone is keeping their eye on him. Right, the graffiti we're looking for is a room. There's beams. I'm trying to think what's really underlying. There's a picture, yellow and red. Okay. Right, there's the picture. So actually, it's facing this way, isn't it? It's facing the way we come in. People who do parkour through and do this all the time, I imagine. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, actually. People that do it, they plan the route in their head, knowing they can, knowing their own ability and what they can physically manage, I suppose. So yeah, I suppose they do in a way, because otherwise, you know, there'd be a lot more accidents, wouldn't there? So it does make sense. Okay, we can examine this now. I'm just going to have a quick look at the picture before we do. I'm trying to see if there's any of the symbols. I can't see a single symbol in that picture. Back up towards the window. There's one symbol to find. I can't see a symbol in the picture. What does everyone else think? So it's the one behind us we're looking at. But it's, where's the symbol? Do we need maybe the angle of the picture? Let's try the angle of the picture. So that's the angle of the picture, I believe. Let's see if we can see anything now. It's there, I don't think it's... Oh, I think it is obvious. It is obvious. I've just spotted it. It's there. It's that right pillar. You've got to be... You are perfect with the going back towards the window. So yeah, you can just see it in red now there through the pillars. You've just obviously got to be back towards the window to see it properly. So yeah, you're absolutely right. The Android way to pre-construction is way less risky, removing the element of human error. Yeah, absolutely. You've always got the human error element, haven't you? But it's weird that it's interesting the mind can do that to some degree. Obviously, it's not foolproof, whereas an Android can compute completely, can't they? So it's not foolproof for a human, whereas an Android it will be. Yeah, we have to move closer. So there's the symbol. Why is that not... I've got to be at the right angle, maybe. There we go. Right, we've got another room to go through. Move forward slowly, yeah. I know there's a slight delay to what you guys see and what I do, and I'm trying not to be too quick. So, we've got a gap in a room, wall. Yeah, there's no real underlying features. We're looking for a gap, which I'm assuming is here. Is this? I don't think that's the gap, is it? We can remove some of the wood though. Maybe that's not the gap I thought it was. Right. Hang on. I've just noticed something. Isn't that... We look at the last... Oh, it's not letting me look at clues anymore. So we must be there. Jericho. That was the name was given. I like the fact that both his eyes are still a different colour. You know, the continuation of that's good. We've got to reach the boat. Okay. I'm assuming there's nothing around to help. Not that I think he needs help, but... Right, we can jump there. But I'm just looking at what options we have. There is a bridge, obviously. Obviously broken. I just jumped out of my skin when that noise hit and caused myself a little bit of a mischief for my leg. Bear me a second. Oh, my legs are spasmed. It's because I moved suddenly because I wasn't expecting the bridge to do that. Oh, my legs just going into spasm. Right. Right, let's have a look. So that's the broken bridge. We shouldn't have even looked at it mainly. Would have been better if it wasn't on the floor like that. Looks like San Francisco Bay. Detroit actually has a bridge that looks almost against it. Oh, really? Okay, that's quite cool. That's actually really cool. So there's some element of that being brought, real life being brought into it. You suspected the bridge would break. I didn't even think about it. I'm normally one of those ones that would think, that's a bit dodgy. I didn't even think. Moving quickly wasn't a good idea. I didn't even jump. It was just like turned. Right, okay, broken bridge. But yeah, I like how if that's how it is, and I like how they brought real life stuff into it. Okay, we're jumping up. I'm assuming we're going up. How's he going to get across to the boat? What do you think? Crane swing? Possibly? We're going higher, aren't we? That's a given. I'm waiting for him to jump down across all things. That is a crane, isn't it, I think? That is indeed a crane. I know this game has been out a few years. But I will say, even that as a scene, the wind hitting the coat, it's still good. Considering how long this game's been out, I still think it's a really good detail. Why would you have a jump point if you could use the bridge? Yeah, good point, I suppose. I don't know why I didn't even think like that. I normally would. Okay, I'm now waiting for something else to happen. I'll try not to move suddenly this time. It is a cool visual, isn't it? I am still controlling them. I don't want to run because I can't see what we're running at. I'm waiting for this to collapse as well. Right, we're jumping, according to that. So, let's jump and see what happens next. That is a big leap of faith. Just a little Assassin's Creed reference thrown in there. Okay. So his jacket's come off. I was just waiting for the eagle noise from like Assassin's Creed to kind of work at the same time. The lens flare is a nice touch. It was, wasn't it, in the distance there? That was quite cool. I can't remember how old this game is now. It's a good few years. I want to say 2014. I don't probably searching anything because I don't want to find out what happens. I'm pretty sure it's around that. I'm just looking, by the way. I don't want to know what happens in the house. I want to know when it was out. 2018, so I was a little bit over. So 4 years ago. Okay. Goodbye, overcoat. 2018, absolutely. Yeah, he's not cared about his overcoat, does he? I suppose it shows that androids are waterproof. Okay. We can examine. Torch. We'll take the torch. I would kind of expect androids better see in the dark, though. Would you not? I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe this is me. I don't know. Kind of would expect him to be able to see in the dark, though. Right, the camera is horrendous. Okay. The light moves with the camera, which is interesting. Okay. Doorway this way. Looks like there's a lot of noise around, but it's an old boat. It's going to be rickety, isn't it? What's that one? Can't open that, and someone's jammed it from the outside, is that, by the looks of it? Okay. The hell was that? Now, I don't play horror games, mainly because they don't interest me. But what the hell was that? I'm kind of following. I don't think I should be following her, but it's the first time we've seen someone in here. Okay, there's a doorway this way. Homeless person, maybe. That was a person. Android, yeah. Possibly homeless. It was the way they ran. It was that eerie noise they made, or the game made at the same time, I suppose, made that worse than possibly what it was. Here's someone running again. Do we go down? I don't know if I'm meant to be going down or not. I don't know if I can go down, to be fair. Oh, you can, it's stairs. I didn't see there were stairs, I thought it was a drop. I'm waiting for something else to jump out on us now. Lots of noise. I've just killed him, I apologise now. Well, he seems okay. Just walk it off, Marcus. That's the best reaction ever. Just walk it off. They're androids.
Welcome to Jericho.
We made it. We actually made it. I will say it's one of the freakiest points we've ever done so far in this. That was different. Okay, we've still got half an hour, over half an hour in fact, so we've got plenty of time to do another one at least. So let's have a quick look at what we did. There wasn't many choices, I will say. We arrived. The only thing we didn't do is, I'm assuming it's that reference point there that's missing, under read on the run and read android astronauts. I'm assuming that's talk to the android. I mean, that's what I think we're missing there. Maybe that's also that one. It's one of those two, I think. We also had another thing here we could have done, which we obviously didn't see. Which was when we left the street. There was something there we didn't do. It was creepy. It did, didn't it? I think it was the noises. It eeriness of the empty boat, the noises, and it was, I don't know, the noise it made when the girl first ran was what made it really weird. I jumped more though, and I hurt myself doing it, but I actually jumped more when the bridge collapsed outside the boat than I did in. Like that one out. We used the dumpster to climb up, got onto the roof, we crossed the gap. We obviously missed the choice there. Maybe that was the other option of not being able to cross the gap if we'd gone and done the one that wouldn't work first, maybe. You notice some branches are disconnected. Oh, those stem from previous chapters. Ah, interesting. So the ones that have got no bit before them, sometimes. Okay. Could be from previous stuff as well. Right. Explored the abandoned office. We found the right exit. There's another one there, obviously. And we located Jericho. We walked the bridge. The bridge collapsed. Climbed the crane and jump. We did. Inside the boat. Found the flashlight. So we did everything we was meant to do inside the boat. So we didn't miss anything, I don't think. We met the people of Jericho. Okay. Let's see what's next. Our favourite detective partners. We're currently warm towards Hank. Reconcile with Lieutenant Anderson. Right. You guys need to be on top form for this next one. By the looks of it, we need to reconcile with Hank. It means you guys need to pick the right things. Yes, so when the person we just were in control of, when he was destroyed, he went to a scrapyard full of AIs, and he fixed himself on broken AI parts, and one of them gave him the name Jericho. So he was told to find Jericho by these abandoned, destroyed AIs.
All right, I'm in. Damn
so because of that, I think that's a safe harbor, safe place. So yeah, definitely androids living there, not humans. And I think Android Sanctuary is probably the right way of looking at it.
Don't you ever do as you're told? Look, you don't have to follow me around like a poodle.
Okay, we can pause it, at least we can make this. I will just say something. I just noticed something that's just clicked into my head. So Hank, there, he reminds me of someone. I don't know if anyone's ever watched Gotham, but in Gotham there's a detective called Bullock. Hank reminds me of Bullock from Gotham. That's kind of just, it just clicked. So far, at least the only way things are in this story, most humans don't like androids, so I doubt an android actually would have a human living among them. That's a good point, actually. I would assume, though, because most things like this, you generally have some humans that would protect androids. So it is always possible, I think. You know, you would have people, there's a word for it, and I cannot put my finger on it, but there's a word for people that would be there to help them, would hide them, would do anything to help them. So, yeah, I think that I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibility that humans wouldn't help them, but it's unlikely at this point. He does look like he does, doesn't he? It just popped into my head. Sympathizer, brilliant word. That's what I was after. Yes, yeah, I think you're right. I think sympathizer is the right word. So you possibly could have humans living with them, but they're going to be very few and far between. I would have said. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks it looks like Bullock. Okay, choice to make. Remember, your task is to reconcile with Hank. Please don't wind him up. There must be some kind of human android rights. Yeah, absolutely. Because there's bound to be something along them lines, isn't there? There always is. And that's not a bad thing either. I think some people are just more open-minded and more able to accept change and things. So because of that, you would definitely have these groups that would form that would help. So I think you're right, definitely, Lisa. Don't think an android will apologise. Okay, good point. Get onto the choices. Crazy Irishman's right. We can apologise for behaviour, partners, reconcile, or review the facts. Now, you're meant to be making it good with him, just so you're aware. Not that I don't trust your decisions. But I think you're right, Crazy Irishman. I don't think an android would apologise, would he? Would androids have that ability to recognise their behaviour was wrong? In that regard? we've got to also think this android is also, he knows his system isn't quite right. There's something not quite right with his system, and he keeps coming up and saying it. So there is something there. The name of the game is Become Human. It is indeed Become Human. Reconcile. Let's not mention partners. Do you know if Beck and Partners is a good choice? So do we think Reconcile then? I know it says Reconcile with Hank, but that's a little bit deliberate if that's the case, don't you think? I mean, if you choose to make Connor more human, that is. That's not a bad shout, actually. That's a good point. If we wanted Connor to be more human, then would he apologise? To show more of a human nature? That's a different viewpoint, to be fair. I think Partners is probably a wrong angle. Obviously, we've tried that one before and he wasn't too pleased. Reviewing the facts is very Android-like. Reconcile is probably a medium between apologising and not apologising, maybe. Maybe Partners is a good choice. It could be. We have mentioned it previously in the police station and he chucked up against the wall. Apologise or reconcile both sound good. Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? The only one I think is a definite no-no, I would say, is review the facts. That's very Android-like, isn't it? Come on then, what do you guys think? It's a tough one. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Just before you came on, we were in the police station with him. We were talking about different things, and one of the things we said about was Partners, and he kind of chucked him up against the wall. So that was kind of, yeah, I'd be a little bit wary of that one. Review facts, like I say, is a bit Androidy. So, Lisa's saying, Connor is an android and doesn't think about being human. He's got a point. We've got, Crazy Irishman doesn't think apologise the way he thinks reconcile. Lisa's saying apologise. You're okay with 1 or 3. Narrowing it down. Maybe it's a surprise when it opens his mind. There is that. That's a very good point. Yeah. Apologise from Kathy. I think the majority is apologise. I think that is the majority. So we're going to make Connor a little bit more human, showing a human emotion. And let's see what happens.
I'm sorry for my behavior back at the police station. I didn't mean to be unpleasant.
Oh, wow. You've even got a brown-nosing apology program.
Well, it's worked.
Guys at CyberLife thought of everything, huh?
Here you go.
Okay, we get a scan. I will say, it went up. So apologise wasn't a bad choice by any shout. I'm assuming we gained something from it. By the looks of things. So you guys made a good choice. Apologise definitely did do something. He did say a bit as brown nosing, but you know. Okay, we're scanning. It's got a hamburger. What's lipids? 36 grams of lipids. Carbohydrates, water, salt. I don't know what lipids is. Don't know. So the name's Gary Case, business owner, criminal record, resisting arrest, breach of hygiene regulations. Okay, I can see there's going to be an issue here in a minute. He still thinks he's programming though. It's going to be a struggle to get him on board. Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. He's not seeing you as an equal or human or a partner. He's seeing him as an android programming, isn't he? That's the big difficulty. Let's have a look at the milkshake or coffee, whatever it's going to be. An extra large soda. Pineapple passion. Carbonated pineapple passion. Okay. Yeah, not so delicious. Lipids are a type of fat enzyme. Yeah, not brilliant then, is it? Well done to the wife for that. I didn't know that. And I used to be a chef a long time ago. But yeah, not good. And we scanning Hank as well. Why are we scanning Hank? Okay. Alright, we've scanned everything, I believe. I'm just checking there's nothing else to scan.
Thanks, Gary.
I personally wouldn't eat that.
Don't leave that thing here.
Not a chance. Follows me everywhere.
He kind of said that in jest, but I think he liked saying it. I don't know. Hank's picture looked very outdated. It did, didn't it? From his younger days. I didn't realise there was a timer. I was too busy looking at chat than actually looking at the options. So, we have unlocked a couple of options plus other things, okay? So we've got gambling is now an option, cholesterol, habit, and enjoy your meal. What do you guys think? Obviously, gambling, I don't know how he's going to react to that. Cholesterol, we're really going to warn him about how his meal is and say you should be watching your weight. I'm not sure what habit would be about, to be honest. Yeah, habit I'm not sure of. And enjoy your meal is obviously enjoy your meal. Okay, we've got one for enjoy your meal, one for gambling just for fun. What I would say normally, the unlock choices, if you don't have them until you've unlocked them, there's a reason to then try them, because you wouldn't have them normally if you hadn't done other things and made other decisions and looked at other things previously. So I would generally say the unlock things are probably a good one to have a look at, because you wouldn't always have them. So gambling, maybe gambling for fun. I'd be a bit worried about his cholesterol, but he may get pissed. I think he might. Kathy thinks enjoy your meal. Not cholesterol, that sort of thing never goes over well. Have you been looking at your weight recently? You shouldn't really have that burger. He doesn't like us anyway. That's never going to go down well. I think you're right. I think let's try the gambling. Depending how he reacts, I think enjoy your meal afterwards. I think we should stay away from cholesterol. I think you guys are right with that one. So let's try gambling, just because it's an interesting one.
Pedro, he was proposing illegal gambling. Am I right?
Yeah.
That was the guy that ran off with the money.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So that was like a learning point for Connor. He didn't quite understand what the situation, the social side of that situation, the guy that kind of walked off with the money. A police officer placing an illegal bet for him obviously doesn't compute properly. So he couldn't quite understand that. So that's quite interesting. Yeah, very good choice. Yeah, that's a very interesting one. Right, we've got cholesterol, which again, I get your issues. I don't think that's going to be good, but that's you guys' choice. Habit, which again, I don't know what habit is. We can ask him about his free meal, or we can enjoy your meal. I know Kathy said enjoy your meal previously, so we're kind of leaning towards that unless anyone else thinks there's anything they want to have a look at. I would say you're curious about the cholesterol response. I will. That's the thing. When you ask a question and it doesn't go the way you expect it to, you kind of then think, well, actually, let's have a look at this one, because that didn't quite work out the way I expected it to, so maybe this won't. It's kind of an interesting one. I still don't know what habit is. Free meal, I'm assuming because he didn't pay. I would guarantee that he got a free meal because he's turning a blind eye to the health and hygiene regulations. That's kind of my thinking. He's probably, turning a blind eye or doing something to stop him being inspected. That's kind of my thinking. Enjoy your meal seems a bit too robotic. It's not a bad shout, actually. Maybe it does. Maybe enjoy your meal is a bit... Yeah, maybe it is. I hadn't looked at it like that, but yeah. You're wondering about the free meal. That's the thing. You think you know how it's going to be responded to, or how Hank will respond, or Connor will say it. Doesn't always work out that way, does it? Try something more personal. Well, cholesterol's the most personal thing you can get, I think. And you've got habit and free meal. What do we reckon? We've got free meal from Kathy. Crazy Irishman was looking at free meal as well. Free meal there. Try something more personal. Habit maybe. Okay, we've got a couple of free meals. So we'll try the free meal first, see what happens, and we'll try the habit afterwards, if you guys think that's right. Just judging by all the different comments and what you guys are saying, I'm trying to, even it out. Let's ask about the free meal. I think it will be is turning a blind eye or keeping away the inspectors. But we didn't question his. But the thing is, we questioned his gambling, but it didn't seem to work that way, did it? That wasn't the way the question kind of turned out, which was interesting. But you think habit is gambling? Is that what you mean, Crazy Irishman? Because that's an interesting one. I hadn't thought of that. Thumbs up, perfect. Let's try that. So 3 mil and then habit afterwards. We'll just see, maybe gauge it after 3 mil just in case.
You didn't pay for your meal.
Gary's a friend. I scratch his back, he scratches
super rude. Okay. Gary's a friend. I was talking a little bit over that, so apologies for that. His answer was Gary's a friend. That's his answer. Didn't really give us much of that. Cholesterol is quite an interesting one. Super rude though. You're evil alike. So the question have slightly changed a little bit now. So I don't know whether that was an icebreaker maybe in a way. So now we've got an unlocked one which is highway. So that's talking about the situation where he told us not to chase after them. We've got about Connor, which is us, Hank and androids, and deviants. What do you guys think? Highway one's unlocked, so that's going to be a different train of thought maybe. About Connor is, I'd say that's probably what Hank thinks of us. Hank and androids have already asked something similar previously, and he didn't really take too kindly to it. And deviants, what does he think to these deviants maybe? What do you guys think? I do like Lisa's thinking. Cholesterol, I like it. If we get the option, we'll have to go back and have a look. But it's kind of talking about the 3 meals kind of smooth things over by looks of things. So we're getting a bit more questions maybe. What do you think? Highway, about Connor, Hank and androids, or deviants? Highway. If you want to be more human, why would you ask about yourself? Good point. Highway first from Lisa as well. The only reason I'm not saying your name, RK, is just because I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So that's the only reason I'm not saying. I'm still saying your answers and stuff. I don't want to mispronounce it. Highway first. Yeah, you're right though, Crazy Irishman. If you want to be more human, why would you ask about yourself? Or would it be not asking about ourselves? Are we telling them about ourselves? RK's fine, perfect, thank you. Yeah, is it not? If we're saying about Connor, would that be Connor talking about himself rather than asking about himself? Depends how you look at it. But Highway seems to be the one to go for. So let's try Highway and see what happens.
This morning, when we were chasing those deviants, why didn't you want me to cross the highway?
Because you could have been killed. And I don't like filling out paperwork for damaged equipment.
Okay. So he showed a semblance of caring, didn't he, there, for Connor? You know, you could have been killed. And then he had to back it up with, but I don't like paperwork for damaged equipment. But it took him a pause in between. He actually cares. I think he does, RK, to be fair. I think there's that element. I think he's got this, there's something, isn't there? Right, we've got about Connor, which I get your point. Would we ask about ourselves? But it could be Connor talking about himself. Humans, Hank and androids is, I think, going to be a dodgy conversation, but you never know. And you've got deviants. Crazy Irishman thinks deviants. RK thinks about Connor. Would it be interesting to see what he says about himself? So one for deviants and one for about Connor. What do we think? Asking about deviants directly seems too risky. It's a different way of looking at it, actually. It's weird. And that's the interesting thing about doing this, is you guys have different experiences to each other and to me. And it's weird how you guys all think about these things differently. I wouldn't look at deviants and go, it's a bit too direct. But now you said it, you start looking at it in a different way. Then, well, actually, yeah, maybe it could be. Maybe it would be seen as being too direct. It's weird. You're thinking Connor as well. So we've got a couple for Connor, one for deviants. So let's do Connor then and see what he says about himself. I'm hoping this is right and he talks about himself and doesn't ask Hank about Connor. It'd be weird, wouldn't it? He's on his lunch break. I think it's a good opportunity to bond. Okay, I like the thinking. Let's try bonding with Hank. Remember, Hank hates androids. But anyway, we're going to try and bond with him.
Is there anything you'd like to know about me?
Hell no. Well, yeah. Why do they make you look so goofy and give you that weird voice?
CyberLife androids are designed to work harmoniously with humans. Both my appearance and voice were specifically designed to facilitate my integration.
Well, they fucked up.
Blunt, to the point, but I still think they bonded. That was brilliant. Is there anything you'd like to know? No. Well, actually, he's got a point, though. If he's meant to integrate with humans, his voice doesn't allow for that, for a start. And he looks too... I want to say well-groomed, but I know, people do look after themselves. People do, go out and look well-groomed, and that's fine. I don't know, there's just something that makes you think he's not quite there. It's definitely some sort of banter, isn't it? Right. Crazy Irishman wanted Deviants. We chose Connor for the last one. So we'll do Deviants next. And then if that does go well, then we'll go for Hank and Androids. As that was the next choice that was picked. Hopefully, this isn't as direct as Lisa thought it came across. Let's find out.
Maybe I should tell you what we know about deviants.
You read my mind. Proceed.
We believe that a mutation occurs in the software of some androids, which can lead to them emulating a human emotion.
In English, please.
They don't really feel emotions. They just get overwhelmed by irrational instructions, which can lead to unpredictable behavior.
Emotions always screw everything up. The androids aren't as different from us as we thought.
Oh, wow. Okay. We're actually going to be able to ask all the questions. His answer gives you an idea about how he feels about androids on general. Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, we're going to be able to do the android one next anyway. Deviants, was interesting. So it wasn't asking him about deviants. It was explaining about deviants and what Connor knows currently. But Hank also found it funny that emotions are causing this issue, but that's the same thing that causes issues in humans. So it's kind of, one emotion is causing issues against humans and androids. It's quite a weird space for them all to be connected within. Definitely a good choice. Yes, well done, you guys. Getting to admit that maybe we're not so different. Exactly. There's that common bond, isn't there? That everyone has his as an emotion, even if you're an AI, you still have this emotion. Although Connor is saying it's not quite an emotion. It's above that kind of thing. So let's ask him about androids now and see why he has an issue. There is a big one. I'm expecting something's happened to a family member, loved one, especially when he says about emotions being there. Let's find out.
Can I ask you a personal question, Lieutenant? Why do you hate androids so much?
I have my reasons. You ever dealt with deviants before?
We have. Our first ever case.
2 months back, a deviant was threatening to jump off the roof with a little girl. I managed to save her.
So I guess you've done all your homework, right? Know everything there is to know about me?
Okay. This is an interesting choice, this next one. You think Connor is wrong in his assessment, it's not really emotions. That's what we don't know, isn't it? Are they feeling these real emotions? Or is it a program that's gone slightly haywire? Is it something else? He has been literally brainwashed. Oh, absolutely, though. He's only thinking the way he's programmed to think. But at each kind of opportunity, we're seeing that his program is breaking down a little bit. There's something going on that's underlying there. But I agree. I don't think he's right in his assessment that it's not emotions. I think they are feeling the emotions to some degree. And obviously he's not quite believing that as of yet, maybe. But we've now got a choice to make, and this may break the whole thing or not. I don't know. Crazy Irishman's already got his choice in. So he's asked us that we've already done our homework. We know everything about him. We can either tell the truth or we can either lie. We've got a vote already for truth. I generally, whenever we play any sort of games, whenever it's Assassin's Creed, anything where there's a choice-based decision, where I make the choice personally, I always generally go with truth. That's just me. He'll know that we know more about him. Why lie? No, very good point. He's going to know that we know. He knows we can scan. He knows we can, flick through records in seconds. So I think you're right. I think truth is probably the way to go. He'll see through a lie, truth. He'll know that androids won't lie. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you guys are right. Let's go for truth.
I know you graduated top of your class.
I've done our homework.
You made a name for yourself in several cases and became the youngest lieutenant in Detroit. I also know you've received several disciplinary warnings in recent years, and you spend a lot of time in bars.
So what's your conclusion?
Oh, okay. Didn't go badly. He wants to know what our conclusion is. We know something's happened. There's something there, isn't there, between Hank and Android. Something has happened in his past. He's not quite giving it away. So we've got a choice. We can either be sincere, we can go for the whole psychological approach, or we can be cold. It's an interesting one. How would you approach that situation? You've also got to think as well, sincere is a human emotion. Psychological is probably a bit more robotic, android-like. And cold, cold's probably an emotion as well, to be honest. I think if you break it down that way, I'd say sincere and cold are emotional, psychological more android. Okay. Sincere, if you want to maintain the bond. That's a good point. Wife says psychological. We'll play mind games. Okay. And sincere as well from Lisa. Connor is an android. Got 2-1 on sincere, so I think we'll go for sincere then. It's a good point though. He's an android, psychological. But then would Hank be expecting that? So it's 2-1, so we'll go for sincere. And we'll have a look and see what that says.
I think working with an officer with personal issues is an added challenge. But adapting to human unpredictability is one of my features.
Oh.
I just got a report of a suspected deviant. It's a few blocks away. You should go have a look. I'll let you finish your meal. I'll be in the car if you need me.
Hank is now a friend. Have we won him over? I think we may have done.
Hey, Connor. You run out of batteries or what?
I'm sorry. I was making a report to CyberLife.
Well, do you plan on staying in the elevator?
No. I'm coming.
Okay, we've obviously got to do something here. We are running out of time for tonight. We've got about 10 minutes, but if we do overrun, we will carry on until we finish this anyway.
Coming from this floor. Nobody's supposed to be living here, but the neighbor said he saw a man hiding an LED under his cap.
Oh, Christ. If we have to investigate every time somebody hears a strange noise, we're gonna need...
I know he's in the middle of talking as we're walking by. Feathers, Columbia, Olivia.
Hey, were you really making a report back there in the elevator? Just by closing your eyes?
Correct.
Shit. Wish I could do that.
He seems quite impressed. Definitely we've moved a friend though, yeah. I wanted to, it said we could see what the feathers were, but it kind of backed off before we could see it. Maybe Hank in a situation where an android had to make a calculated choice and he'd lost someone. A child or... Yeah, no, they're a significant other. Yeah, no, absolutely. I had to work out what SO was for a minute. Yeah, there's definitely something there, isn't there? And I think you're probably around that ballpark. An android made a decision that affected Hank in some way. I think there is that going on underlying. But he does seem impressed that we can make a report by closing our eyes. Right, let's knock on the door. Someone in there. I'll quickly say as well, you know they said that the report was someone had a flashing LED under their cap? But it was so easy for the female android to take hers out. If you're hiding, why haven't they taken it out? Because it would seem to be really easy.
Anybody home? Open up, Detroit police!
Kick it down. What was that?
Stay behind me.
Got it.
We're staying behind him.
What the fuck is this?
Well, that's pigeons. Is what that is. Investigate the apartment.
Stinks.
Okay, we need to investigate the apartment. There's lots of pigeons everywhere.
Looks like we came for nothing. Our man's gone.
There's going to be something here, though, isn't there? Suspect cares for wild animals. Okay. So we're looking for someone that cares for wild animals. That's something. I think some androids would like to continue to masquerade as non-deviant androids. Yeah, okay, I hadn't thought of it like that. That's a very good point, actually. Yeah, some deviants probably would want to be still an android in a way. So yeah, no, that makes sense. I hadn't actually thought of it like that. RA9, we've seen that before, haven't we? That was the android that smashed his own head in the cell. Was RA9. So that's interesting. We've seen that before. Hank says stay behind me, I think survivor's guilt. Oh.
RA9. Written 2,471 times. It's the same sign Ortiz's android wrote on the shower wall. Why are they obsessed with this sign?
There's something more to RA9.
It's like mazes or something.
Obsessive compulsive writing. Okay. Can analyse the stool. Stay behind me, I think survivor's guilt. I hadn't thought of that when he said it actually, but that's a very good point. He definitely put himself first, which meant he put himself in danger first. That's actually a really good point of view. Good night, Crazy Irishman. Thank you for joining us. The wife's still going to be chatting. Okay, good to know. But thank you for joining us, Crazy Irishman. We'll hopefully see you soon. Okay, let's analyse the chair. Something there. Opened marker pen. You still wear usually nude black. And then we've got wooden stool recently disturbed. Traces of avian fecal matter. And we can reconstruct. Okay. So the chair was here. There's something there. Suspect was here recently. We can fast forward it all the way. The other bit is back here. He fell off. The deviant fell off the chair. Which means ran to the living room. Okay. Can't go any further. Okay. I don't think there's anything else to see. We just know he ran to the living room. I think we then have to go into the living room. Maybe we see more of that. We have got something to look at in the sink.
Ah, Jesus, I hate these things.
Let's sample. That's weird when he does that. He tastes the sample. Blue blood. And it's on a model that's been reported missing. They've taken out their chip, their LED. Biocomponent 9301 deactivated.
Its LED is in the sink.
Not surprised it was an android. No human could live with all these fucking pigeons.
So that's interesting. So originally we heard the report was made because they saw the LED underneath their cat. Their LED has now been taken out. Okay, we did see something into here, so we know the suspect ran into here. Let's look at that. Military jacket, second hand, initials RT.
RT. Probably initials.
He put his initials in his jacket?
It won't be his initials, will it?
You're in first grade.
Surely if it's a military jacket, it wouldn't be his initials. It'd be the owner, maybe? Right, there was something else here we can take. What do we got? Fake ID, Rupert Travis, but it's a forgery.
Driver's license is fake.
Cool. At least we didn't come for nothing.
Okay. Analyze this. Skid mark, recent. Trace of galvanized steel. Okay. We've got fingerprints. They're recent. Traces of avian fecal matter. No fingerprints. Oh, so that's actually finger marks, but not prints. Okay. And what we got here? A metal hook. So now we can reconstruct. So we know he ran from the bathroom. So as he ran from the bathroom, he hit that. And then he ran towards the entrance. By the looks of it. It's there. There's something over here. He heard us enter. You'd love some pigeon pie with this scene just ruins. That's one way to look at it. So he heard us enter. So he was going for the door as we entered. Okay. So where did he go? He's in the roof. He is in the roof. Exposed the suspect. How dangerous is he? That's the only question.
Goddamn fucking pigeons! What are you waiting for? Chase it!
If I get a button wrong, I'm going to apologise in advance. Okay, easy but slow, fast but risky. I'm going slow. Safer detour, balance. Gone for the balanced. I haven't got time to make a decision. I'm just kind of picking natural decisions at this point. Safe, direct but crowded. We're going safer detour. So I'm just picking on instinct more than anything else. Where's he gone? I've lost him. I've completely lost him, haven't I? No, he's that way. I'm going the wrong way. Fast but risky, direct but slow, safer detour. I was going the complete wrong way. Gone for the safer detour. I will have to catch up in chat in a second. I didn't do mash X enough there. The sliding. It's an open window, I think, that one.
Holy shit!
We're coming on the back of a train. I haven't failed yet. I thought I lost him a few times. I don't want to obviously get us killed. That's probably why I'm taking some of the safer routes. Admittedly. Do ever create safe but slow? I'm going for the safe but slow, I think. I just think that I could be wrong in making the safe choices, maybe. I don't know. jump in the first one. Where's he gone? Has he gone out that? I've lost him. I've got no clue where he is now. Ah, Hank's there. Save Hank. Right, I'm pausing it. You guys are going to make the big decision. I was kind of having enough of making the decisions quickly and impromptu. How dangerous are you to him? I don't know. I think that might be the more important question. That's a good point, actually. How dangerous to him are we? There's a different one. Okay. You've got a choice. You're already making the choice. That's fine. Save Hank or chase the deviant? You're all going to save, aren't you? I like your thinking. Is the deviant not more important than someone who hates androids? Are we going to prove to Hank androids can be trusted? I agree with you completely, to be fair. Save Hank it is. Software instability has gone up.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! We had it! Fuck!
It's my fault. I should have been faster.
You'd have caught it if it weren't for me.
You would have caught it if it weren't for Hank's blaming himself.
That's alright.
You can track the android. Like. True.
We'll find it.
So, some of that could have been my fault for picking the safe routes.
Nothing.
He wanted to say something, didn't he? But he kind of stopped himself. That emotional connection he's really trying hard not to have. So save Hank trophy achieved. We are going to finish off this. Let's have a look through the choices. And then we'll have a quick conversation before we finish. I do think some of the running part, where I was trying to make split-second decisions quickly, I may have gone too safe. Maybe, I should have gone a bit more aggressive in the chase. Maybe. I don't know. It's one of those weird ones. Let's have a look. So, he could have been saying thank you. He could have been, to be fair. He kind of stopped himself. Maybe we're not quite there yet. Opponent spin is still skeptical. Software instability is still questionable. Hank is a friend now, and Amanda is trusted. So on the lunch break, we joined Hank. I'm assuming we could have left Hank at one point because there's an option there. So we spoke to Hank. Again, I think that could have been left Hank. We were frank with Hank. That sounds really weird saying that. There were two options we didn't use. And that's it. That's the whole conversation is there. That's quite weird because we had a lot of choices. But yeah, at the same time, it didn't seem like... There seemed like there's a lot more choices than that. That's actually what's showing, weirdly. You also would have damaged Connor. If I'd been more risky, you probably would have done, yes. I suppose it's that risk-reward, isn't it? In the elevator, we examined the feathers going in. So that was a separate thing. Into the nest. We saw the RA9 reference. We investigated the stool. We investigated the cage. There were two other investigations we didn't do. Mainly because we didn't see them. But we'd already found out what happened first. We found Leo. Oh no, find lead. We found lead. I think that is. No, the LED. I'm completely reading it wrong. We found the LED which they had taken out. There was two other things there as well. And one of those led to a completely different scenario, which is interesting. Because there's no lead on from that scenario. So that's interesting. It could have ended there and then. We found Rupert. We chased Rupert. We gained on Rupert. I didn't know we'd gained. So obviously some of the routes I took may have been a good choice because we gained on him. Obviously two other options would have changed different things. One of them would have taken us down to a different ending. Interesting. The middle one would have taken us to Rupert got away. So no matter what, if we'd taken that middle option, I'm assuming I don't know what it would have been. I'm assuming one we're too slow and it would have been the bottom one. I don't know what the middle one would have been. But Rupert would have got away anyway. We gained on him. He pushes Hank. We saved Hank. So Rupert got away. We could have chose to chase after Rupert and it would have been a different outcome. So interesting there. We could have let Hank get hurt and possibly stop the deviant. There were two ways of getting to the ending we got to. That's the thing. Which tells me that's probably the good ending. I don't know. I'm kind of haven't really decided what's good and what's not, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of interesting to see what ending we get and how that works and how that fits in. You're not far about the investigation of the apartment ending badly. Oh, okay, really? One thing I say about that, there's definitely a default outcome if you do nothing. Oh, interesting. I think this is where the replayability comes in. I don't generally ever replay a game once we've played it, because once I know the story, it's done. With this though, there's an element of wanting to see other answers. One thing I'm going to do, mainly for research purposes, you can check the world stats to see how many people saved Hank and how many didn't. I'm just curious. Let's have a look. 61% of people saved Hank. That's an interesting one. Shows that people did have that relationship to save him, maybe. That's the thing. 61% did save Hank. That does mean 39% didn't, which is always interesting. There's that element of the bad guy has to be caught, maybe. And that's also interesting. World stats. Only 2% of people failed to find Rupert the way we did. 2%. I'd say it's 2% based on that. 2% got the other ending. Twice, but I've been watching others play this game since I only bought the game last year. Oh, you've only played the game of Kara. So it'd be interesting if you do different things that we've done, mate, and you know that you'd have different answers and stuff. That's what makes it interesting. But yeah, interesting that 61% did save Hank. So unfortunately, we are done for this today. We're out of time, annoyingly. I need to work out how to get out of this. I think I have to press continue, don't I? Yeah, I think I've got to press continue first. It should save at that point, I believe. Oh, he's completed it, has he? Oh. So when he's giving the answers he thinks, is it his answers or your answers? That's the question. But has he done every answer? Has he tried all the different routes? That's the thing. Next time we are back with this is 2 weeks' time. We decided after the channel update, you guys kind of let me know on Discord. You thought 2 weeks for this fortnightly would be an ideal kind of time to do it. So in 2 weeks' time, we will continue. And it looks like we're in Jericho at the start of it. I'm believing because we had this happen when we loaded in today, we actually went back a little bit because it didn't save where I thought it would. So we should start in that Jericho section, I believe. They're often your answers. Okay, interesting. But that is it. Yeah. Another really good stream. You guys are incredible. Some amazing answers. Some parts were interesting. I definitely didn't like the running across the road of Alice. I don't know why. It was one of those weird things. But it just felt really uncomfortable. Where, you know it's not really, it's a computer game, that kind of thing. I don't know, you're just like weird feeling of being uncomfortable. Knowing that, possibly, you could be killing her, basically. You don't have the YouTube app or shared answer. Okay, fair enough. It's interesting, though. Yeah, it was weird, that bit. The chase was good, though. And the Jericho thing was just freaky. But yeah, so you guys, we asked the question in the channel update, and you guys have responded on Discord and said every 2 weeks. So that's what we're going to do. Fortnightly, Detroit Become Human. I don't know how long this is. I don't know how much more we have left to do. I also don't know if you guys want to go back and try different answers and try different outcomes and see what that looks like. That's down to you guys. If anyone has any thoughts on what's next for after this, to continue this, you guys making the choices. Let me know in Discord if you've got any ideas of what we could do next. As I say, I don't know how much we've got to do. I don't know how much there is and how long it will take. Obviously, the evening streams are only 2 hours a time, so it will take a little while, but I like the fact it's just chilled, we can chat, and I think it's quite cool. Leaving the audience in control might draw the game out longer. That's true. That's true. You enjoy it. I think this is the thing though. This was suggested by Cass, one of our subscribers. He said, look, give this a go. You'll really enjoy it. And then we turned it into, you guys have control. You guys make the decisions for us. I'm kind of, although I'm controlling it, I'm also spectating in a way. And it works really well, and this is a perfect game for it. I don't know if there's anything else out there like this that would allow this to work this way. Something I need to look into, I think.
Are you familiar with Schrodinger's cat?
I am familiar with Schrodinger's cat.
Until you decide what happens, everything is happening at once.
But she really freaks me out. Just because it's weird, when you first load in and she says, I like your interior decorating. I'm like, what? You'll really enjoying it. Thank you very much. I'm glad you are. House of Ashes. Okay, I'll have to have a look at that one and see what that's like. But yeah, the idea is for these streams is you guys have the control. That's the whole point. So yes, it will take longer. There'll be pauses. There'll be times when, you know, I'm trying to fill the gaps when you guys make a decision as best as possible with my viewpoint to a degree. But I think, let me know if it's not, but I think it's working really well. I think there are times I do doubt some of your answers. I really do. I do think, really? Okay, we'll give it a go. But yeah, it's going really well so far. So hope you guys are enjoying it. That is it for today. As I said at the start of the stream, next week's a bit up and down. So I've got major appointments, physio and all that kind of stuff. So there's no evening streams next week. There are morning streams with Horizon Forbidden West, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Episodes of other content throughout the week as always.
I'm tired today.
Hopefully things will get a bit better the following week. Appointments will calm down, that kind of stuff. We'll get some evening streams going again. I'm just trying to manage everything while around appointments and me trying to manage myself at the same time, really, more than anything else. So it will get back to normal. I'm just trying not to overdo it too much. But thank you all. You've all been amazing as always. The game is very much like this, but made by a different studio. I think that'd be good to try that. I'll have to have a look at that. House of Ashes. Let me just write it down. Otherwise I will forget. Give me a second. House of Ashes. I'll have a look into it. Especially if it's something we could do after this one. Especially if you guys are enjoying it as well. That's the important thing. So yeah, that is it for today. The channel schedule video is tomorrow 1 PM GMT. If you fancy it, I do talk at the start of it just to explain the lack of evening streams next week. But I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else really to say. Gotta go. Good night. Thank you very much, Arcade. Very much appreciated. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for helping. Thank you, Lisa. Have a good one. Crazy Irishman's wife. Thank you very much. As all of you, thank you very much. As always, thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully, we'll see some of you again on live stream very soon.
Did you know the motto of Detroit
Have a good week if we don't, and we'll see you all soon, I'm sure. So 2 weeks, we're back with Detroit Become Human on the Saturday evening, so 2 weeks from today, same time. So hopefully to see you then. So have a good one. We'll see you all later. Thank you all very much. See you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.